Right off the bat, this situation sounds almost chaotic and honestly a little bizarre. A woman making strange claims, talking about lawyers, money, and even threatening to do something wild inside a police car. But don't let the randomness fool you. Officers were actually called here for a very real issue, a heavily intoxicated individual causing a disturbance at a public restaurant. What starts off looking like just another drunk and disorderly call is about to turn into a test of patience, procedure, and control. And trust me, the officers give her multiple chances before things escalate.
Do you have anything on the boat that belongs to you? No. I'm going to go ahead and stand up and have to take your handcuffs off.
I gotta tell you, man. Never been more sure of us. Like 798. 954-798. 805. I know you wouldn't. Are you
Yep. It'll be Palm Beach County Jail.
Palm Beach.
Are you with her?
No, I just made
No.
it, bro. They got the family. I think it's ready for them.
And did we get your driver's license yet?
Yeah, he got.
You got? Okay.
He's already in the call.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and give me a deep breath. Just blow. Perfect.
You sit back down.
Take a breath. Oh my God, man. All right, perfect. All right, my man. No one more blow. Huh?
Are you sure I can't just get a warning?
A warning for boating under the influence?
No, I'm not under the influence.
Yes, you are, ma'am. Absolutely are.
Take a deep breath and give me.
We don't give warnings for boating under the influence. That'd be like getting stopped on the road and say, hey, can I have a warning for driving under the influence?
There you go. You got the click? All right. Oh, I see the click. All right.
Now we're entering the legal core of this encounter. The officer begins reading what's known as an implied consent warning. This is huge. In many states, simply operating a vehicle, or in this case, a boat, means you've already agreed to submit to testing if suspected of impairment. Refusing isn't just a no thanks, it triggers automatic penalties. Notice how the officer carefully explains the consequences, a $500 civil penalty, and potentially a misdemeanor if there's a prior refusal. This isn't intimidation, it's required by law to ensure the suspect understands their rights and consequences. But here's the tension. She's clearly overwhelmed. Do you think she fully understands what's at stake here?
Alright, I'm going to read you some stuff reference the breath test, okay? I am now requesting that you submit to a lawful test your breath for the purpose of determining its alcohol content. Will you take the test? It's just a yes or no. Mia, you have a right, okay? I'm not asking you questions about your arrest. You have a right to provide a breath sample. It's just a simple yes or no, okay? Do you want to provide a breath sample? No. I need an out loud no. Okay. If you refuse to submit to the test I requested of you, it will result in a civil penalty of $500. Additionally, if you refuse to submit to the test I've requested, and you've previously been fined under Section 327.35215 Florida statutes, or if your driving privilege has been previously suspended for refusal to submit to a lawful test of your breath, urine, or blood, you will be committing a misdemeanor. In addition to any other penalties you will be imposed by law, refusal to submit to this test I requested basically it says if you refuse the test, it's a $500 civil penalty. If you have a prior refusal on record, it becomes a misdemeanor. So do you have a prior refusal? So if you refuse the test, it would be a $500 civil infraction. That's the penalty. Okay? You understand what I read to you? Mia, do you understand what I read to you?
Yes.
Okay. Do you still refuse to submit to the test? Do you want to submit to the test? Are you okay?
I've just never been in a situation
Okay.
like this.
Are you okay though? Because you're not answering simple questions. Are you okay?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Do you want to take the test?
Sorry, could I take a moment to think about it?
Yeah, you can take a moment. Yep. Okay. So just in summary, because I want to make sure you heard what I said. If you refuse to take the test, it's a $500 penalty. It's like a civil infraction, okay? If you want to take the test, we'd be happy to do it.
No, I don't want to take it.
You don't want to take the test, okay? You will get a copy of this form. I'm going to read you your directions on the back, okay? Take it out, your light jacket off when you get on the dock. Just make sure everything's all right, alright? Now step back to the back of the boat. Alright, what you're gonna do, you're gonna step up here, and we're gonna help you get up, okay?
All right, cool.
Step up.
These two big guys will help out. All right. There you go. Perfect. All right.
Alright, is there a table? Yep, thank you.
You got it.
Thank you. Take a seat right here.
And there it is, the decision that defines this entire encounter: refusal. Despite multiple explanations and opportunities, she ultimately declines the breath test. From a law enforcement perspective, the officer followed protocol, clear instructions, legal warnings, and confirmation of understanding. But from a real-world standpoint, this moment carries long-term consequences, fines, possible charges, and a record that could follow her. Situations like this highlight the importance of knowing your rights and the impact of your choices under pressure. So, what do you think? Did the officer handle this correctly? Should she have taken the test? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this breakdown as intense as we did, hit that like button, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe for more real-life body cam analysis.